Recording in progress.
Hi everyone, welcome to DMTI Soft Pro. I'm so glad you chose us. Thank you for being here. So let me talk about this course and give you an intro about what digital marketing basically is and what will this course unfold itself into, right? So the core name of the course is Advanced Digital Marketing Diploma. It has 30 modules to it and 10 certifications. So what does that even mean? It basically means that we take you right from the basics of digital marketing to the advanced level. And what does these 30 modules include? These 30 modules include maybe Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, LinkedIn marketing, Twitter marketing, YouTube marketing, the entire Google platform where you learn the search networks, you learn the display networks, you learn the video networks, etc. My point being over here is we have carefully chosen 30 modules which are on the digital platform, rather the internet platform, where we feel these 30 modules will suffice if at all you want to promote your product, your service, your personal brand, your company image, anything under the sun rather, right? So these 30 modules, some of them would be longer, some of them would be short. For example, email marketing hardly takes 2 days to cover. But is that less important? Not at all. Email marketing till date gets you a good 27% of the traffic to your website. My point being over here is these 30 modules are going to help you use the internet platform to the maximum, especially when it comes to marketing. Fair enough? So who am I? My name is Poonam Mashru and I am the co-founder of DMTI Soft Pro. What does DMTI stand for? It stands for Digital Marketing Training Institute. And what is Soft Pro? Soft Pro has been an IT training institute way back since 1992. In fact, this is probably our 29th, 30th year in the business of training. 2009, digital marketing happened to us. So where the digital marketing division is concerned, we have been around since a good 12 plus years. So let's dig into the course. So in this session, I will be covering the introduction to digital marketing and why is this so important for your life, literally, right? Why am I saying life? Please understand, today a mobile, this 6-inch or 5.5, 6-inch piece of gadget device is a part of your life. I don't know of one human who doesn't own a mobile, barring the kids. My point being over here is, since mobile is a part of our lives and this is where most of our time is spent, either getting entertained, either searching for something, either looking up something, either trying to promote ourselves or our products or our services. Literally, even when we want to get into relationships, we are using the phone. My point being over here is, since this phone, this device, this smartphone is extremely important to our lives, and this is where we spend a good 3 to 5 hours every day. In other words, our eyeballs are on the phone, not on those banners and hoardings and the cinema hall anymore. So it's only natural that you market your products and services on this internet platform. So what do I mean by internet platform? Internet platform basically would mean that any device that uses the internet to function. So that would be our tablets, mobiles, laptops, computers, smart TVs. This is something that just comes off my head, right? So these 5 devices become extremely important because today you and I consume content, entertainment, information using this platform. I think I rest my case. So let's dig in. So coming to a definition of what digital marketing is. Digital marketing is an umbrella term for the marketing of products and services using digital technologies, mainly on the internet. Rather, I would say solely on the internet, but also it includes your devices. So those devices would be your mobile, display, and any other digital medium. Fair enough, this is what Wikipedia has to say. But this is something now that you and I are pretty much accustomed to, because today you and me, we simply cannot do without an internet platform. Fair enough? So let's go ahead. So in all, when somebody says internet marketing, online marketing, web marketing, digital marketing, at the end of the day, it all means the same. In other words, you're using these platforms for marketing. So let's separate the word marketing. What does marketing mean? Marketing means when I want to grab someone's attention to my product, to my personal brand, to my service. Let's say, for example, today I'm a trainer, right? We run these training institutes in Mumbai. So I would like to grab someone's attention towards my service that I provide. And what is the service that I provide? I provide digital classes, I provide graphic classes, I provide programming classes, etc. My point being over here is marketing per se means grab your target audience's attention to your product and service. Again, what do I mean by target audience? You will find out deeper when we dig deeper into the course. But my point being over here is that today marketing has moved from the traditional format to the digital format, right? So let's go ahead. So what does traditional mean? In the olden times, now I'm talking olden as though I'm pretty young. My point being over here is in not so far away. That means let's go back just one decade. At that time, the print media was ruling. What do I mean by the print media? Your newspapers, your hoardings, your banners, your pole advertisements, your bus, behind the buses we should have these advertisements, in the cinema, on the television. All of this used to grab people's attention. Are they not important anymore? I'm sure they are important anymore, but not as much. Today, the statistics prove that 60% of the marketing budget by multinational companies, medium companies, small companies are spent on the digital platform, not on the traditional platform. Fair enough? So in olden times, as I mentioned, you would have the newspapers, the flyers, the banners, the hoardings, the televisions, the radio. All of this still exists. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but my point is it's not as effective anymore. For the very simple reason, because we have changed. Nobody put us on a gunpoint and said, go buy a mobile. The minute the mobile became smart, the minute it became the touch technology, the minute you started having these apps in your life, the scene just changed overnight. And I remember this happening around the 2014-15 when I told myself, I say, you know what, this thing is here to stay. Because a lot of times students ask me, ma'am, for how long will this digital marketing fad be? And I'm like, really? The day you and I decide to junk our mobiles, that will be the day digital marketing will no more exist. Can you see that happening? I don't think so. So let's get on. So the advantages of traditional marketing. Traditional marketing ka matlab, TV advertisements, newspaper, is the reach. Now you'll say, ma'am, what does reach mean? In other words, when Times of India, let's take a simple example of Times of India. They claim that they have 100 million readers who read their newspaper. I'm sure it's true. But my point is, out of those 100 million people, how many are interested in my product or service? So in the traditional format, the reach was huge. Imagine, even if I gave a 4-line classified ad in Times of India, that newspaper would go into 100 million houses. But the point is, did anybody ever read my ad? Did they go to the 24th page, scroll down, look for this teeny-meeny classified ad and read my ad? No, they didn't. And that small 4-liner would cost me anywhere between 1250 to 2000 rupees for 4 lines in Times of India classifieds. And this is a fact, you can go and check it out. So my point being over here is, despite the reach being, I could have boasted, you know what, my ad reaches 100 million people in their houses. Yeah, the reach is there, but how many of them actually ended up reading? Hardly. And there were days when we used to get no phone calls. And furthermore, there were days when we didn't know how to even know whether that ad was effective or not. But my point is, yes, the advantage of traditional marketing is the reach. So is it dead? No. If I want to sell Maggi noodles, I will still probably go on Times of India and say, buy Maggi, right? So my point being, only the FMCG or some particular products like maybe Netflix, entertainment, movies, all of that, and furthermore, the e-commerce companies themselves are the large advertisers in the traditional media even today. E-commerce companies meaning your Amazon, your Flipkart, these e-com companies give advertisements in the print media. Why? Because for them it makes sense. The reach is huge. With one ad, they're reaching all India. So I hope you understand the advantages of the traditional marketing. I'm not here to run down traditional marketing. Fair enough? Let's go ahead. The second thing, As it mentioned over here, ironically, some of the major advertisers on the traditional media are e-commerce companies, just as I told you. Chalo. So what is the disadvantage of the traditional marketing? The targeting. So let me come back to myself. So when I gave that ad in Times of India, first of all, it was a negligible 4-liner ad. Nobody would have even noticed it. The first thing you say, ma'am, why didn't you just give a nice display ad? Please understand, a 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter or a 10 inch by 10 inch ad in Times of India would cost me 3 to 4 lakhs. And what is the life of that ad? The life of the ad is that it comes in the house at 6 in the morning and by 11, 12 in the afternoon, it's in the kitchen. That's a fact, isn't it? So my point being over here is, if I had to spend 3-4 lakhs and wait for the first 5 hours for people to notice me and then it's gone, it becomes a very expensive proposition for medium size and small size companies. But coming back over here, what about the targeting? Even if I gave a big display ad, did people who were interested in me get to see that ad? Probably not, because I sent it to all 100 million, right? So the targeting, what if I want to show my ad only to those people who I feel are interested in me? Let's say, for example, college students, young MBAs, etc. So my point being over here is, the disadvantage of traditional marketing is that we cannot target it. Yeah. So companies like insurance, banking, FMCG, e-commerce, for them, traditional is, even today, it's important. Does that mean that they don't advertise on the digital? Please understand, the budget is a good 40-60 even today, right? So let's go ahead. Furthermore, coming to the cost and visibility, please understand the cost of a traditional media ad in a newspaper is extremely expensive. Even television, when the IPL is going on and you have that 15-second slot of ad, which most people change channels when that ad comes in, that 15-second slot is for a good 12 to 15 lakhs for every insertion of that 15-second. My point being over here is, the cost and visibility is questionable when it comes to traditional marketing. Furthermore, let's go ahead. So this is me explaining to you the plus point and the negative, rather the disadvantages of traditional marketing. So the main plus point is your reach. You can reach n number of people in one shot. The second is the cost and visibility takes a toll, right? Furthermore, when you spend this kind of money, you still get the exposure only for one day. So if I had to give multiple ads for the visibility to remain, I would have to probably give this ad twice a week, thrice a week, maybe 5 times in a month, then the cost really goes high. So the major disadvantage of your traditional marketing is the targeting, the cost and the visibility, right? Furthermore, the last but not the least, another disadvantage of traditional marketing is, now why am I talking so much about the disadvantages? Because by understanding the disadvantage, you'll understand the advantage that digital has, right? Measurement. So you say, ma'am, what do you mean by measurement when you talk about traditional marketing? I really don't know how many people actually saw my ad and called me. I really don't know how many people saw my ad and visited my website. So I have nothing to measure with. Got it? So the measurement is something that I kind of infer in my mind, imagine in my mind that, okay, I gave an ad today. Probably this person who called me may have seen my ad and called me. The point is, there is no system where I can look for the measurements of the success of my ad that I've given in the traditional media. So now that I have mentioned to you about the traditional media, we are now hopping on to the digital platform. Now, one thing you have to understand, that newspapers, televisions, hoardings, banners, all this very easily available even in the remote cities of the country, right? But a little while ago, in India, even internet was only for the privileged few. I remember when we used to pay 250 rupees for a mere 2 GB plan, right? It was not long ago. Come Jio came in our lives. I know some of us hate them, some of us love them, but my point is, since Jio has come in, everybody has unlimited, kind of unlimited access, cheap access to the internet platform. So my point being over here is that in the earlier times, we should say, you know what, digital marketing's disadvantages, the remote areas wouldn't have internet. But today that has changed. Today, digital marketing has probably not the equal reach compared to traditional marketing, but even on the online media, you can reach n number of people all over the country, thanks to the geo plans and the cheap internet that is available today for you and me, right? Now, once upon a time, so that's what I'm saying, once upon a time, reaching people was a question where digital marketing was concerned, especially when the internet data was expensive. But today we have overcome that, because today most of the country, I guess, has access to the net, right? So interesting facts. Now you say, ma'am, why are you giving me these facts? Well, the facts is for you to start believing. Believing in what? Believing in the power of digital marketing. Whether you're a student, whether you're a businessman, whether you're trying to promote your career, whether you're trying to have a relationship, anything under the sun, you require the digital platform. Just take my word for it. So these are the interesting facts. 825 million people use the internet platform in India, which is huge. It's the largest barring China, right? And why am I barring China? Because China has its own Google, they don't use Google. China has its own Facebook version, China has its own stuff. So they do not use this stuff anywhere. What stuff am I talking about? They do not use the Google platform, they do not use the Facebook platform, the Instagram, etc. They have their own platforms. My point being over here is, if you take out China, then India is the largest population in the world. That's why people are hopping and wanting a piece of that cake in India. That's why you see these multinational companies hovering around India. That's some other day. Let's go ahead. So the interesting fact is that the internet users today, out of the Indian population of 1.3 billion, today we have 825 million people who are already accessing the internet, which means that it is a 49.8% penetration. 18% of the world internet population is where India is. Our total population is a good 1.36 billion. These facts are only going to wake you up. Wake you up with what? It's just going to wake you up and let you know that these numbers prove that you cannot do without some knowledge of digital marketing. Fair enough? So let's go ahead with the world statistics, right? The first statistics is that there are 4.32 billion internet users in total in the world, out of which 825 belong to India, which is huge, please understand, right? And the statistics prove that by 2022 and 25, there will be more internet traffic than all prior internet years put together. You got it? So this is huge claims, right? So the world statistics. Who uses Google? There are 5.6 billion Google searches per day. You say, ma'am, what is searches? Searches basically mean is when you and I go on Google and type something in the search bar, looking for movies, looking to get entertained, asking a question, maybe a how-to question, etc. How to make chicken tikka, how to make cakes, how to look for the best job, how to learn digital marketing, where is the best digital marketing course, etc. Anything that we want, we always go on Google. So the point being over here is people are not asking their neighbors anymore these questions. I remember in my time, I would call up a friend of mine, okay, which classes are you sending your kid into? I will enroll my kid into the same class. But today what are we doing? We are going on Google, we are asking a question, we are searching for information. Got it? So 5.6 billion Google searches per day. Please understand, if you had to calculate that on your calculator and multiply it by 365 days, your calculator will burst. On a lighter note. Okay? Let's go ahead. 2.89 billion Facebook users in the world, out of which 2.5 billion are active users. You say, ma'am, what do you mean by active? Active basically means people who go on this platform on a daily basis. There are some people like me who go on this platform probably twice or thrice in a week. But 2.5 billion people go there on a regular basis. Fair enough? Let's go ahead quickly and understand these statistics. And why am I giving you these statistics? Because I want you to start believing that what you have chosen to learn makes sense, right? 5.1 billion YouTube videos watched per day. Only fair enough when people's eyeballs are over here watching this YouTube video that you should give your ad also over there. My point is that activity is happening here. Our eyeballs are here. Only fair to advertise on this platform. Okay? 95 million Instagram pictures loaded per day. Why would we be loading all this if people were not consuming it? 500 plus million tweets sent per day. And in 2013, it was only 5,000 tweets. Just imagine the shift in the last 10 years, you're understanding. And more so, this entire thing went crazy. I mean, I saw this thing becoming crazy from 2012 it started, and by 2016 I knew it was here to stay. 2015-16, it was here to stay. 306 billion emails sent per day. So my point being here is, now let's come to money and business happening online. Internet contributes over $4.2 trillion, not rupees, $4.2 trillion in annual sales. 49% of the global internet users and more than 2.14 billion people have bought products and services online, and it's only growing every single day. I sound like as though I'm doing morcha for digital marketing, but that's a fact. So the top 10 internet countries, this is something which I just gathered these details way back in 2019, but since I have this chart, I just like to show it. China is on number 1. This is 2019 figures. As you know, the current figures for India is 825. So in 2019, India was at 560. Now we are at 825. So my point being over here is, when India is second, but I told you China anyway does not use these American platforms like FB, Insta, YouTube, blah, blah. So my point is that look at United States, look at Brazil, look at the rest of the European and other Asian countries. Even if you add up all of this, India is on one side and the rest of the world is on the other side, barring China. My point is, the action is happening in your own country. All you have to do is be found. You say, ma'am, what do you mean? When people are searching for you online, I want to ask you a question. Is your product and services listed online? Do you have a website? Do you have an Instagram account? Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have a LinkedIn profile? Because people are looking for these products and services, and people like yourself. My question to you is, are you there? Because today, only when somebody sees you online do they start believing that you exist. And that's a fact, whether you like it or not. Okay? So come on. In 2022, expected 850 million internet users in India. Right now we were at 825 before I went into this session, right? Coming back to the reason why digital grew in India. First, the internet accessibility. Internet became accessible, internet became cheaper, it became faster. I remember in earlier times, it used to take a while before the screen would load up. I mean, to watch a video, I would have to wait a couple of minutes. I remember, I'm from those times, you know. But today, everything is faster, cheaper, accessible. You get internet everywhere. You have Wi-Fi everywhere, etc. It's only common sense. So the accessibility has improved. That's why digital marketing. Smartphones changed our life, as I mentioned earlier. It's because these smartphones came into our life that you really didn't need to do much with the phone. It was just a drag and drop technology, a touch technology, which is understandable by even your 3-year-old child, right? Coming back to the youth, people say we have today maximum youth in this country. Awesome. Thank you for being here, you youth people. But my point is, you all are spending a lot of time online. You can give me an excuse that I'm doing this for my college research, I'm making my project, I'm spending time because of my school, and now by law you really are doing your courses online. I mean, whether you like it or not, schools and colleges are online. So this 3 and 4.5 hour is now become 10 hours plus, because everything moved online because of these weird times that we have gone through in the last 2 years. My point being over here is, when people are spending their valuable time, why am I calling it valuable? Time of your target audience, the eyeballs of your target audience is what's going to gain you the traffic, the conversions in helping sell your product or service, right? So the point being, let's come to the point. Currently there are over 2 lakh digital marketing job openings in India. Now please understand, this 2 lakh does not mean only 2 lakh. 2 lakh every month is what I'm trying to tell you. The demand for digital marketers is growing by the day and as we speak. This is a fact. An expert forecast says that there will be 10 lakh job openings in India by 2022-25. I am talking these quarterly figures, right? So please understand, don't ever doubt for a second that what you're learning today is not going to be helpful. I really don't care whether you're a doctor, whether you're an engineer, whether you're a student, whether you're a small businessman, a top multinational company CEO, you could be anybody. The knowledge of digital marketing is primary. Because if at all, even if you're hiring an agency to do your digital marketing for you, you need to understand how it works. Because at the end of the day, you will call the shots as to where the targeting should happen. Because online, there are so many options. You need to be the decision maker as to tell your agency that, you know what, I think we'll invest in social media and not on SEO. I will invest in Google search network and not on display network. You need to have the sensibility of all these platforms, whether you like it or not. Is it tough to learn? Not at all. Please understand, this is an online platform. Neither is Google, neither is Facebook, neither are any of these guys going to make the platform so tough that you would not be able to give ads. They will never do that. Because please understand, these platforms are free for us. I mean, we are putting in all the videos on YouTube. He does not charge us for any server space. Everything is free. Gmail is free. Google Map is free. Ever thought how much Google Map would have costed us if at all we had to put up that entire setup? You know, in the olden times, when I'd been to, I'm talking about 2012, when I was in America, I rented a car. I was there in the Disney World for a good 20 days. Don't ask me what I was doing for 20 days over there, but I was with my kid and we were really having a blast, summer holidays. And when we were there for 20 days, we rented a car. So when you rent a car, you got it for $30. But I took something called a GPS product they have, called the TomTom. You can Google it later. So that he should charge me extra $15. And we would happily pay for it because we didn't want to get lost in the turnpikes and those expressways. My point being that at one point when I'm paying $15 a day for that GPS system, and today Google Maps is free for you. Why do you think all this is free for you? Ever thought about it? Gmail, the entire email system free for you. Why? Because first, he wants your data. Second, my question is, how does Google, Facebook, Instagram, all of these guys make money? They make money only when you start giving ads. So these ad platforms, my point being over here is, your ad platforms are very easy to learn. But obviously it requires practice. Fair enough? So when students ask me, ma'am, how tough is this? I'm like, you just need the knowledge of internet and a little bit sensibility, little bit interest, little bit sincerity, little bit hard work, and you are there. Fair enough? Let's go ahead. Enough bhashan I've given you and tried to motivate you. So now that we have established the need for digital marketing, it's simple. All businesses, all career-oriented people, all human beings, all personal brands, all small businesses, anybody and everybody, you need to be online for your marketing needs, for your entertainment needs, for your own growth. And this is what digital marketing is for you. I mean, I'm not even trying to convince you that is, you have chosen this course on your own. And coming to the course, this course is a 30-module course. What does happen in this 30 modules? Please understand, there will be a time when you start your course, you may be starting from LinkedIn marketing, or you will start from Google marketing, or you will start from SEO. You might ask me a question, ma'am, but I thought we are going to start from SEO first. Please understand, every module is independent in itself. So it doesn't matter whether you start with email marketing first or whether you start with Google search first. The point being over here is, our course is like a merry-go-round. You can hop into the batch whenever you want. Furthermore, you have access to this portal if at all you have any missed lectures, right? If at all you missed a lecture, you can come to this portal and watch it. Furthermore, for some reason, if you feel that you need to revise one more time, which is a good thing. When your live lecture happens or your classroom lecture happens, it's a good idea to come over here and revise the lecture. Why am I saying this? Please understand, if I have a batch of, let's say, 30 students, why only 10 of them get good jobs and the 20 of them are struggling to get a job? The faculty is the same, the classroom is the same. So coming to your faculty, you have Dipen sir and me, we both co-host the online course. In the classroom courses, we have other people as well, which are all seasoned with good amount of experience and good teaching skills. My point being over here is that it really doesn't matter where you hop into the course. It's important for you to be sincere. Now coming back to those 10 students I was talking about. When the faculty is the same, the system is the same, the syllabus is the same taught to everybody, the classroom is the same, why do 10 people go ahead with their career and the rest of the 20 don't? Because once you finish the session with us, you must revise it one more time. You know, in school, we used to go to school. What we used to do over there? We would go to school, learn over there. When we came home, our mother used to repeat the entire thing what we did in school. And if she didn't have the time, she would send us for tuition classes. In those tuition classes, you think they taught us any new syllabus? They taught us something new? No, they just hammered the same thing that we learned in school. My point being over here is, when you're learning this session, whether in the classroom or online, it's a good idea to go back and revise it once. So I'm here wishing you all the best of luck, and we will see you in the inside. The online course is co-hosted mostly by Dipen sir, who is the co-founder of DMTI Software as well. So I'll see you in the inside. All the best, and complete your course, which I'm sure you will. Digital marketing, you know, it's very close to my heart, and I always feel that digital marketing is something everybody must know about. So enough of harping, get along with your day. Have a great day.